Hello, everybody, and welcome to the review of WWE Money in the Bank 2012. From what initially started as a little should we just watch the Money in the Bank matches, to us after watching 2 episodes of NXT, decided, fuck it, let's watch Money in the Bank 2012 because of those lovely little nostalgia goggles just clocking in. And how was it? Because ultimately, we've not really gotten to watch a lot of the pay-per-views we would have watched as a kid, because obviously our time period's more like 2011, 2012, 2013 onwards. So, were you excited to watch Money in the Bank? Did you watch it when it came out?
Yeah,
Oh,
sorry, I just
you?
had to, my
Yeah.
my thing just froze for a second, so I was like, I just have to be careful here. But yeah, no, I did because I'm not a wrestling fan. Yeah, I would have just been a lonely 8-year-old. I would have just had my fingers stuck up a hand dryer. I'm not flipping you off. Generally, my finger would have been just in a fucking like wrapped up by now, so I wouldn't have time to watch it. I would have been recovering. Um, I don't know why, but watching this show reminded me of a memory I had in primary school because obviously my arm was obviously in a sling because of my finger, and I remember one instance where my special needs teacher, which is like I had to go to the classes for like Irish and like when they were doing languages, like basically the teacher would be there to be like, okay, Piggy, what's 2 plus 2? Yes, it's 4. Good going. I think he's an idiot. Like basically, what is I remember is when I came back, they went, "Okay, class." Now this was obviously when I was in the other class, the special class. She went, "Okay, class, we're going to go into this room," and we went into the room. We started playing with shaving foam. Just started playing with shaving foam. I don't know why. I don't know why that's a
I
memory I
must have been
have.
missing out not being in your classes. That sounds fucking outrageous. But yeah, did I watch Money in the Bank around? Well, obviously, as a kid, I'd never watched the pay-per-views because
Expensive.
what, you wanna pay 50 quid on Sky? Fuck that. We were poor. So it'd mostly just be you would just watch some of the results that would just crop up on Raw and SmackDown. And on SmackDown, you'd see the ridiculous image, especially with Money in the Bank, where you would see the screenshot before they get hit, and then a crowd shot or like a freeze frame because you couldn't show like violence at like 10 o'clock in the morning on like Sky One or whatever it was
I know
on.
what you mean because I remember this so well. Because
Like,
when
ooh,
I
boom, and then it's a freeze frame of Piggy's face. Like,
But I remember this well. I actually do remember this because how it would work in So remember they used to air classic WWE from the 90s, and obviously there was a lot of blood back then because they were allowed to do the old gig. That looks like I'm just putting a dick on my head, but they were allowed to do the blading. And I remember fondly that they would show some classic matches. Let's just take Rock versus Mankind at Rumble '99, and every time people were like, ah, like it was just like it's just you see the shot, but it's like freeze frame before the impact, and then you just see Foley like. I love this. So I love them. Yeah, yeah. Because usually they couldn't show violence. It was that kind of thing. So that the freeze frame it, and also it would sort of, I don't know what the term is because 2K does it as well. Where it's a FOMO where it feels like you're missing out. It's by not
yeah,
showing
yeah, FOMO, yeah.
and by not showing you like this might sound so silly from an
Or it's
outsider's
equally just
perspective.
like censorship, right? If you see something censored, you naturally go, "Oh, but what was it like uncensored?"
Yeah, yeah, and that's generally what I feel like they were trying to do because until they go to the WWE network, they kind of do just do the Alberto's hitting Christian with a ladder. Oh, he's not hitting with the ladder now. He's in pain. They would do that, and that's how it would work. And honestly, I fucking love those. Side note, I just love those. But yeah, it would entice you to buy the pay per view, and some people would fall for it, and then go, I shouldn't have paid $50 for this or $20. But how much it was. But I remember them when they go to WWE, they couldn't give a shit. The network, they couldn't give a shit. They'd be showing it every time. They'd
But
be
yeah, I would have been around when this had aired, because I remember being pretty excited about Dolph winning Money in the Bank. And I remember just obviously even back then the Cena face obviously spoilers, the Cena face was memed out of existence. So It was a very big like, oh, Cena wins, lol, again, that sort of thing. But I did watch this live. Well, obviously I didn't watch it live, so it would have been 12. And yeah, this was also. I think this is the year that my dad died, so yeah, it wasn't really. Well, it wasn't really staying up till midnight to watch a fucking wrestling show. So, but yeah, it was a fairly interesting time. I think I got into it around 2011. I think I watched. I mean, obviously, my wrestling origin story is I watched Extreme Rules 2010 or 2011, the one with the match with Edge, Rey Mysterio, and like Barrett, Big Show, maybe Drew, but I don't remember who else. Like, I think Cody's in there, and it was that Elimination Chamber. But it's the Chamber match where Rey Mysterio and Edge like last till the end, and then I think Edge wins in the end, and it was really good. And it kind of made me go, "Oh shit, I should watch it." And I just found like watching SmackDown on Sky, where it would air at like 10 a.m. till 12 on like Saturday,
on
and
Sky One.
I think one of the first shows I remember, it was a draft show because I think I remember Kane turning on people, but I don't remember. And then obviously I got into it around the time where Christian won the world title, and then suddenly you go from there, and then the rest is history. After Christian's title reign gets absolutely shafted, so at this point we've been watching around like a year ish, and I do remember all the build up and all the hype towards Raw 1000 as well, because it was pretty fun. It was pretty cool. But yeah, so I would have seen this. I also got to see the rise of Daniel Bryan. That was fun. But yeah, there was a honestly, it wasn't a too bad time to get into wrestling. Definitely some strange things to go through, but I I hated Sheamus with a passion, and I would be very upset if Christian didn't win, and Christian didn't. He's back. Hello.
Yeah, I left because you said you didn't like Sheamus.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
I was doing a bit.
Um, but yeah, so Money in the Bank was. I mean, like I said, it's a fun pay per view. It was a fun concept, and I still feel like at this time, yeah, sure, it was established, but we're coming off the back of some like slightly stranger results, right? Where the stipulation's kind of in flux in a bit because didn't they start at like WrestleMania 21?
I can give the full history if you want me to very quickly.
Roughly, yeah.
So correct. I don't know why it sometimes just fades to black and a bit slow. But anyways, the pitch was Jericho famously pitched it to Vince. They floated around. Do they get a title shot on Raw the following night or SmackDown, or like is it a briefcase? What is it? But ultimately, it's some people like came up with the idea that they get the briefcase and then they win it and they have a year to cash in. Obviously, the first winner is Edge. Very roughly, if I remember all the winners, it's I don't know 2010. 2010 is the only one I don't know because I know that's Jack Swagger, Kane, and someone else, but I don't know the third one. But yeah, the winners are at this point.
Was there one at Mania and the pay per view in 2010?
I will go through in a second. So I believe 05 was obviously Edge, 06 was RVD, 07 was Kennedy, but obviously Kennedy was injured, so
Got
it went
injured.
back to
Yeah.
Edge. And then 08 was Punk. Originally was supposed to be Jeff Hardy, and some sources say that Jeff Hardy was going to cash in on the main event, which would have been Orton, Triple H, and Cena, and he would have won there. But
God, that
obviously,
sounds 10 times better than what happened.
but then he obviously smoked a bit of dope and
Wellness.
yeah,
Yeah.
got suspended. That's why if you look back at that match and you wonder why Matt Hardy interferes, like it does make sense, but it would have made better sense had Jeff been in the match. If that makes sense. Like his spot does work, but if Jeff was there, it makes more sense. Then 09 is Punk again. 2010
Yeah.
is at WrestleMania 26 is Jack Swagger. He wins it. He cashes in on Edge, I want to say, because John Cena refused to basically. I'm not fucking losing to Jack Swagger. And I believe the SmackDown briefcase was won by Kane in 2010, and
Yes.
the Raw briefcase was won by Miz. And that is all the current.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Yes.
There you go. That's up to
So at this time, it's kind of. I think it's like it found its feet as a stipulation, but after a couple of pretty dodgy ones,
Oh wait.
where like the Edge one's iconic and the Punk ones are pretty important too. But you know, it kind of the Kennedy one as well. So it has ebbs and flows. Oh,
Oh,
yeah, we're good. Okay. Yeah, at this time it's still a strong stipulation, but after a couple of pretty undesirable winners, it is starting to feel a little bit fried.
I,
And equally, I think in a way they kind of I think at this time they do try to figure out the way. They kind of figure out the formula of the Money in the Banks, right? And therefore some of the more famous ones are the Dolph Ziggler one and the Seth Rollins one. But after that, they kind of fall off a fucking cliff, and
I just
it becomes less important.
I just wanted to intervene because I forgot this was 2011, not 2010. This was 2012, not 2011. The 2011 winners was SmackDown was obviously Daniel Bryan, and Raw
Yes,
was Alberto. Just forgot to mention that because I thought we were in 2011, but I forgot we're in 2012.
yeah.
So there you go. That's all the current
And I will
winners.
say the fucking the Daniel Bryan cash in to me was fucking excellent as well, because Daniel Bryan's whole shtick is I'm gonna cash in on the main event of WrestleMania and nobody's gonna stop me. And then TLC comes and Big Show and is it Big Show and Sheamus or Big Show and Mark Henry?
No, it's
They've beaten the absolute motherfucking piss out of each other
Big Show and Mark Henry are beating the piss out of
at
each other,
TLC.
and then Big Show wins the match, and then Mark Henry just beats the shit out of Big Show,
Yeah,
and then Daniel Bryan's like,
with
"I'm
with a
cashing
big
in."
chair, because
Yeah,
it's that I swear it's the match with the big chair,
yeah, I think it
because
is. I
obviously
think it is.
they're big men. And then obviously Daniel Bryan turns heel, cashes in, and is like, "Fuck you! I won the world title. Suck my dick. Don't care."
And
And that was beautiful.
and then the original plan for May 28 was Jericho was supposed to win the Rumble, but obviously they went
Yeah,
with Sheamus because
they
it
changed it
leaked.
to Sheamus.
Yeah, because they leaked on it leaked online, so I went with
Yeah,
Sheamus. Uh, I don't know if the match was actually supposed to go longer
I
than
bet Jericho was pissed at himself for telling Meltzer, which
Meltzer.
he never does, by the way. Never does that.
Meltzer, please don't leak this. But obviously, I don't know if the Mania match between Sheamus and Bryan was supposed to go longer than 18 seconds. I think it was supposed to just be 18 seconds. But obviously, in Vince's eyes, as you don't know, and hopefully you know, Vince is a bit of a madman, and he didn't really see anything in Daniel Bryan, despite people
Which I don't
doing.
know why. He made him world champion.
But yeah, see, it's weird because like if
Like
it's so.
his trajectory from NXT to like IC or US champion to Money in the Bank winner, world champion. But then yeah, admittedly does kind of fall off a little bit in the middle.
But like
It's weird.
to me, it's very funny that it happened twice.
And even now, like even at this time, now he's challenging him for the WWE title as well. Like it's very strange.
Like I was saying, it's very weird it happened to Vince twice. Where in '06, Paul Heyman went, "Punk is the future. Invest in Punk." And Vince went, "You're fat and old. Get out of here." And then in like 2012, everyone's like,
Oh, sorry, that was a goal in the Welsh game. Is a fucking screamer.
But then obviously in 20, but obviously in 2012, they're telling everyone is telling Vince Daniel Bryan's the future, and he's going, "No, no, he's not." And his career trajectory is great. I do want to say, because I don't know if he'll ever cover Mania 30, I do want to say very quickly, people ask Bryan, "You like Mania? You'll win at Mania 30?" He's like, "No." And they go, "Why?" "My dad passed, and then a kid who looked up to me passed." So you can see why I don't really look at it fondly. And it's like, "Oh, I fair to understand that, losing, like, well, I know Connor wasn't really his son, but
I mean,
losing the
it
biggest
kind of made a
fan,
big impact to everyone.
yeah, losing your big fan
Fair
really
play.
would really affect you, and then losing your dad as well would also affect you. So you can kind of see why he
I like
didn't
how
like
I
it.
also it's still a very funny timing to have this as I'm screaming about a goal in the fucking Wales game. But fucking, and you know me, I don't even react typically, but that was a fucking screamer. Sorry,
But yeah, there you go.
but
That's
yeah,
the time frame.
yeah, fair enough. It does make sense, but it is very weird because like he was poised as a main event guy,
Oh no, you
but
was.
he also wasn't in the same time, and he has to work his way back up. But like, I still say like Daniel Bryan's fucking career trajectory is mental. Like the rise is so rapid. And but also obviously he fucking retires early and then has to come back eventually. But even then afterwards his fucking return runs absolute mega. Like it's undeniable in a way. And that's fucking sick.
I just,
But yeah,
I
I think we've kind of talked around everything a bit too much. But I suppose the final piece for me is just saying that I think as we come to see, I think the stipulation is pretty much. I think it's about to sort of hit its peak in a way. Like I think, and let's be real, I don't remember many cash-ins in the last like fucking 5 years, like 5 6 years, even longer than that, to be honest. It's just one of those things where you can only do it so many times, and it loses its luster, and that's kind of the problem with it. It's like Survivor Series in its own way, right? Where I love the elimination Survivor Series matches, but War Games was a nice change of it and does make it more grand. But because we've had fucking what, like 7 8 years of two War Games matches every year, now I kind of want the 5-on-5 Survivor Series matches back. It's just the weird things. You need to let stipulations cool. It's like the Hell in a Cell. I'm fucking glad we don't have to have two Hell in a Cell matches every year because there's a pay per view named Hell in a Cell. Like, you just you run the. There's just too many obligations to fill, and yeah, sure, this is Money in the Bank. Only what, its second or third pay per view in itself, so it's not tired yet, but it will be. um.
Gonna start?
So yeah. So how does it start? Well, we get a dark match
Oh no.
with the tag team champions, R-Truth and Kofi Kingston,
Okay.
defeating your boy Camacho and Hunico. Now, I feel like the only real funny bit about this story is obviously you look at it and you go, when the fuck did Kofi and R-Truth team together? But as far as I remember, Kofi and Evan Bourne had their tag team Air Boom. But Evan Bourne had like a fucking freak car accident, like broke his leg in a bunch of like fucking horrendously broke his leg. And yeah, then suddenly, hey, R-Truth, you're in. It's like, what? This is R-Truth, not even that far removed from his like big heel run. You're in, R-Truth. Be tag team champions with Kofi and say little Jimmy. Like, okay. And the real question I have with this, why the fuck is this not on the main show? We have essentially we have a tag match later on that it's a that you would think is a number one contenders match. It's not. But yeah, yeah. Honestly, the tag team belts at this time are fucking shit.
I'd agree. Yeah, I'd
And
honestly
the
agree.
the penny belts as well, just absolute misery.
Yeah, yeah. So what's the first
Um,
first match on this card?
but yeah,
Oh,
the first match is the SmackDown Money in the Bank match. And honestly, the cast of names in this is so bizarre.
yes.
So you have Dolph Ziggler, Christian, Cody Rhodes, Damian Sandow, Santino Marella, Sin Cara, original Sin Cara, Tensai, and Tyson Kidd.
This
And hmm?
this feels like if you boot up WWE 12, like you boot up the WWE 12 Universe.
This is the exact selection you get if you boot up WWE 12, isn't it?
Well, excluding Tensai, but yeah, it pretty much is. It pretty much is.
Like,
Put Chavo
and
on there
to be
instead.
fair, well, it's a weird thing. Like with last year's Money in the Bank, it had the focus on the younger talent in a way. It had like Daniel Bryan, Gabriel. Kane was probably in there because of fucking course he was. I don't know. But you had the slight like swap to the more like, hey, here's all the young guys, and there will be a like this will be the kingmaker. This will make a new world champion in a way. So this one's weird. First, I don't know when the fuck Tensai was on SmackDown because it felt like he was brought into Raw. And this is also obviously if you don't know Tensai, Tensai was Giant Bernard. It was Albert. I keep wanting to call him Fat Albert, but that's not his name. It's not his name. Yeah, it was Albert, and he came back because he spent a lot of time in Japan, and so he came back as Tensai. Did he speak Japanese? No. Which is always like, I love Tyson Kidd. I'm appreciating that man till he's gone. You know what I mean? Like, he's fucking phenomenal. Christian does some like high spots in a way. He does a spear off the ladder. Christian's moveset's garbage. Let's be real. Christian's frog splashes on the one more match bingo card. Tyson Kidd kind of leans on a ladder onto Ziggler and then dives into like a sunset flip power bomb, and somehow Ziggler lands on his face. Sin Cara botches a Spanish fly, and they just fall. Then him and Ziggler just fall over off the top rope. Um, like this match is just mental, really. No one really gets a huge sort of shine. I can't lie. So, but hey, Dolph Ziggler wins, and as we come to know, I mean, Dolph Ziggler's cash in was one of the more kind of was to me that's like maybe the second best one
What's
in
number?
terms of like reaction. Hmm?
What's number? Is Seth Rollins number one for you, or what's number one?
Uh, I don't know. I did actually have what I would put as number one, but you've asked me a question. Now I can't answer it. Seth Rollins one is good. Fuck. What even do I think is number one?
Because you
Uh,
don't like Rollins, so I'm like confused
I
here.
don't like Rollins, no, but that cash in is fantastic. That's top three. I think I personally kind of love the. I still love the Daniel Bryan one personally, but yeah, I don't know what the fuck I'd actually put as number one.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't know.
I did like
Turns out I don't have an answer for you.
I did like this match. It is it's truly a clusterfuck of a match. Like we can't name the spots. Just go watch this match. It is mental. Damien Sandown's in it, which is funny to me. Yes, I don't know if you mentioned Damien Sandown, but he is in it. And seeing him was nice. Seeing Christian just near the end of his original run is fantastic. But obviously, we all know Christian was better in AEW. Let's be totally
I
frank
mean,
here.
I've always kind of say this, and I was saying this whilst we were watching it. I know that Christian, like the matches that brought Christian to prominence, were the TLC matches. But I genuinely have no idea why he was always put into ladder matches because he never really did anything that important in them. Like that's the weird bit for me. Like it's not like Christian's doing all the high spots. He's just bogs. It's like him and Kane. For some reason, him and Kane are always put in the ladder matches, and I don't know why because neither of them fucking do anything in them.
I just want to like if I had to pick the minor offense, it would have to be something along the lines of he he was in TLC and that's why and shut up for an actual reason is my vague guess of
But
what.
like also as well, he is aging at this point, and he does
Yeah,
have a fucking history of concussions. So like, I maybe just stop putting him in the ladder matches. I don't
nah.
know. I don't know. But Christian notoriously hated by Vince.
Yep.
Um,
Um,
but
but
yeah, but this one is a good match, and don't know why Tenzai's there, but they always want like a definitive big man to throw ladders at. But yeah, do you have anything on this match?
I do want to say from some spots I remembered was when Tensai just power bombed Sin Cara onto the ladder and he just bounces and then he just falls back and that
Yeah.
looked a bit rough. That looked a bit rough, but he was all right. I
I'm
love
I'm pretty sure last year Sheamus like powerbombed Sin Cara through a ladder as well, so he was just getting thrown into shit.
also want to mention that Tensai launches Dolph Ziggler, which is fantastic because he absolutely just throws him. He throws him like you're throwing stones in a river. You know, he's just that's the way he throws him. And then Sheamus climbs up, or not Sheamus. Sheamus is in the next match. What am I on about? Then like there's some spots with Christian where he's trying to win, and then obviously they're teasing that Christian will win, but will he win? No. Obviously Ziggler wins. On Ziggler's cash in, and I will. Do I have anything else to say about the match? It's just a fun match. It really is just a fun match.
It's worth watching.
It is worth watching. Not the second Money in the Bank match. You can skip that one. But this one is fun. On Ziggler cashing in on Roberto, that was one of my first ever wrestling memories. Watching as a kid was seeing Ziggler cash in on Del Rio, and it was like literally something I enjoyed. It was genuinely a great cash in. I don't know if it's the best, but if I'm being biased, it probably is my best because of how, like, yeah, it was my first core wrestling memory. Obviously, my second one being Randy Orton cashing in 2013 on Daniel Bryan, and I'm just there crying because I love Daniel Bryan. It wouldn't be the first time I got heartbroken by a legend in that year because The Rock would fucking beat CM Punk. And I notoriously hate Rock ever since that match. And I will continue to hate Rock until the day I die. But yeah, there you go. Just wanted to shit on The Rock. Oh, we're frozen, are we? Yeah, I was just saying how, like, it was one of the best cash-ins, and I hated The Rock, and I still hate The Rock for beating CM Punk. Just like I hated Randy Orton cashing in on Daniel Bryan and making me sad that Daniel Bryan lost. I was a big Daniel Bryan fan. I cried.
To be fair, that Randy cash-in is low-key a banger though. But I think the best bit for me about the Ziggler cash-in is then the defense against Del Rio, where you get the fucking double turn. That was like a fantastic moment for me, as Del Rio just increasingly just starts targeting the head, and it's like, oh fuck, because he obviously came off concussion or whatever. But that to me is immortalized in a way. Seth Rollins probably does have to get number one, but mostly just because even if I really dislike Seth Rollins, he did rightfully make the Mania 30 main event less shit.
31, yeah.
31, yeah, he made the Mania 31 main event a whole lot less shit. And thank you for that, even if I think he was garbage. But yeah. But yeah, so Ziggler wins. It's a good match. The one thing I feel like it did kind of lack, it did lack like a Shelton Benjamin type character to kind of do all the massive high spots. Like, yeah, sure, Sin Cara is supposed
I
to
was
be
gonna
that
say
guy,
that.
but Sin Cara botches all of them.
Yeah, I was gonna say
So,
that.
like, he was supposed to be that guy, but he flubbed everything. So
I mean,
ultimately, he's not.
I believe John Morrison is released by this time, but if he's not, you
Yeah.
could have had John Morrison, I guess.
But
Ah.
that's all that's really lacking to me. At least there wasn't like a Ric Flair stinking up. You know what I mean?
Any
Uh,
chance to shit on Ric
but,
Flair?
but like imagine Ric Flair in '06 with a Money in the Bank briefcase though. That would be ridiculous.
Imagine his
But
flabbiness
yeah,
running down to the ring. I don't know why.
what do you mean in the games he has a six pack? But yeah, next up we have the feud that never ends in Sheamus versus Alberto Del Rio. And one thing I noticed is the promo package. I mean, first Sheamus does like the funny 2012 Sheamus, like, well, hello, Bertie. It's like, fuck off. Fuck off. Um, but then they show the promo where Del Rio smashes a car bonnet over his head.
Yes.
And then I called it immediately and I went, collar and elbow. And they do a collar and elbow tie up. You smashed his head in the fucking car. You made you bleed. What you fucking patting him on the ass for? You melt. Classic like WWE wrestling. This match was another match for me personally. I don't know. There's something about Sheamus at this time which didn't click, and Del Rio as well. Likewise. I mean, obviously now he's a horrendous piece of shit, but and probably was then. But equally, it's two characters who are fighting for the world title who I don't think are ready for that yet, and that's my issue with it because it's basically these are going to be main guys chosen by Vince and nobody else. And like I kind of understand it in a way because Del Rio is like the fucking extravagant like Mexican aristocrat, which I get, because Vince loves his angry foreigners. And Sheamus is like the kind of happy Cena type face as well. But neither are ready yet. Like they both feel really young. And in my opinion, Del Rio never really grew into that role. And like by the time Sheamus had grown into that role, he'd done so much that he didn't actually need the world title anymore. So it's just, and equally, even if it was a good match, ultimately this match got done about 700 times on SmackDown in 2012, anyways. So I don't care if you put on a good match. This time, but how the next 7 times you decide to do it. Like it was a fucking. Did it catch my end spiel at all?
No, it didn't. It was robotic as fuck.
I'm going to repeat this point because it got all roboty. Essentially saying, look, even if the Sheamus and Del Rio match was good, I still refuse to appreciate it because I've seen this match at least like 10 times before and after this match because I don't know why this title match had a stranglehold on SmackDown as they just continued to do it again and again and again. So even if it was good this time, fuck you for making me sit through it for so long. I don't understand why they kept on doing this match.
I agree. I agree. I don't get it. But Sheamus, I understand why you build him as a babyface. Um, because
Yeah.
the Irish,
I mean, he's not interesting to be a heel at this point, let's be
yeah,
honest.
The Irish are happy-go-lucky people unless you're the English. No, just ignore the fact.
They should have put him with Hornswoggle to get the fans on his side.
Don't tempt me with my fantasy booking. Don't tempt me. At first, I have Michael McGillicuddy with his hombres, and then I have fucking Hornswoggle with Sheamus. Let's go. Tag division sorted for 2027.
But Sheamus retains at the end of the day, and yeah, just stop doing it, please. Like, if there's any reason to not watch these shows, if I see Sheamus and Del Rio on the card, I'm not watching it. Fuck you.
You will.
um, but yeah, so that's that. We then get the next match, which features my favorite cancelled manager. We get Primo and Epco with Rosa Mendez taking on the primetime players with Abraham Washington. Now, I'm just going to list what he called himself on the Indies. I'm not going to make any comment on any of the names. I don't need to. It's ridiculous enough. So, Abraham Washington also goes by AW, also goes by Brian Jossie, goes by Vice Vicar, goes by Trap Ghoul, goes by Jeremiah Constantine. He goes by Goat, the GOAT, greatest of all time. He goes by Abraham Washington. He goes by Abraham Obama Washington and has gone by Abraham Saddam Washington.
Fucking.
Fucking hell.
I like the last one. Can we get him back to the Saudi shows?
Like, what the fuck is going on? It's just insane. And I'm not going to talk about why he got cut, but he gets cut for a pretty reasonable reason. But the one most interesting part about this match, because obviously I watched FCW. I enjoyed it. AW. He would do commentary. He would be a manager. He would occasionally wrestle. And he obviously hypes up Darren Young and Titus O'Neil, but he's mic'd up the whole time, and he just chats shit. He just chats shit. It's fucking fantastic. I don't even like. Obviously, I'm not going to repeat anything he says, but I don't know. I feel like if probably a weird way to put it, a white guy probably couldn't get away with saying what he was saying. Like fucking, he does not give a fuck, and it's fantastic. And but the weird bit, no, not the weird bit, is Primo and Epico win. I think by roll up of some form, but I don't remember.
I thought the primetime players won.
No, they don't win, but they don't win, but AW says, fuck it, who cares if you won? Because we're still the number one contenders. And this is while R-Truth and Kofi are stood aside. And fucking the best bit about the post match is R-Truth goes to throw water in Abraham Washington's face. And obviously AW's speaking. So he's got his mouth open. So Truth, I feel like he lands about half the glass just straight in his mouth. It's fucking outrageous. It's like when you see all those pictures of It's like when you see all those videos of people like throwing like water balloons in slow mo, where the guy's got the mouth open, just splashes everywhere. It's fantastic. And then AW takes his shoes off and wants to fight Kofi Kingston and R-Truth, so setting up the inevitable tag match. I don't know if the Primetime players ever actually win the tag belts. I can't lie. Do they ever do it? They do,
Do they?
but not yet. It's when they get back together.
And do they get back together? 2016?
2015.
Oh. Making moves, moving
And then
toward moves.
they beat the New Day. And then they split up. But
Yeah, and then Darren
yeah,
Young gets released, even though he has a short time stint with Bob Backlund, which is just great.
which I will not forget. But yeah, so this match is nothing. There's nothing to talk about. Nothing interesting. Never mind. I'm not going to go there. But the commentators just love talking about Rosa Mendez.
Also, I do want to mention Titus's sexy dance. That was nice.
Oh yes. Fucking yeah. AW's like, show him how a real man dances, and like he's doing like a salsa. He does a little strut, then he's like, he's moving the hips. Then everybody's like, I didn't know a horse could move that well. It's like, what are you calling him a horse for?
Because he's well hung. Way.
But yeah,
And he
so
kisses
that
his
tag
boy
team
on the
match
lips.
once again. I don't know why the tag championships is on the pre-show, but this match is on the main card. But it does show that they were looking to build the primetime players as a new tag team. It's just that AW gets himself fucking fired. So that unfortunately derails everything.
Yep. What's
Then we get a really bizarre. Honestly, this promo gets really weird because we get the promo hyping up the CM Punk versus Daniel Bryan match, which at the time I was really a fan of because it's the very weird feud where everybody's kissing AJ. And that's just how it is. AJ's kissing everyone. Everyone's kissing AJ. It is soap opera at best. It's a weird love triangle. And obviously Brian's like, I love you. And Punk's like, look, I don't love you, but I like you. I like crazy chick. Now that all sorts of shit. And it just poses the weird question. It gets really weird. I feel like Vince just had a bit of a weird fixation for AJ at this time period. Because, like, yeah, and you'll kiss CM Punk, and then Punk will kiss you, and then fucking you'll kiss Daniel Bryan. And then at some point she kisses Kane and wears a Kane mask. And it's like, what fucking weird shit are you doing? Like, what's going on here? But hey, it was cool that AJ was getting like a lot of focus, and equally, it's kind of weird that this angle did actually lead to her getting with a future husband. So it's very strange in hindsight. It is very strange knowing what we know now. That obviously, CM Punk and AJ get together, but it's a fucking weird feud. But like, it's messy as fuck. But I'm in. I'm in. This promo is ridiculous, but it's also like it's wrestling bullshittery. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I agree.
As for the match, it goes 27 minutes, which fair play, and it's a no DQ match where AJ is the special guest referee. The weird bit about this match, though, is the simple fact that AJ does a ref bump and then she goes to the back. So then, like, 10 minutes of the match isn't refereed by AJ. like, because Punk knocks her off the apron, and then when she gets back, she just starts introducing all the weapons and shit in there. So, here's a chair. Come on, boys, let's fight over the chair. And then she brings out a table. The table eventually gets used, and the kendo stick. Honestly, this match is just really good. It's just a really good match. It got enough time, and we made the jokes that like, oh, Punk, you're going to be in the main event. Yeah, yeah. Me and Daniel Bryan, main event. Let's fucking go. Don't think about the 3 matches that come after it. You are the main event, though. You are the main event singles match.
Ignore the
Just don't
fact
think
there's
about the handicap match and the women's match
yeah.
afterwards.
But
But
you're the main event for the singles title. That's what you are.
exactly. You're our world champion. We're gonna make sure you have a high focus. And yeah, he does get the best match, and he gets. And like I said, the CM Punk, the CM Punk Daniel Bryan feud, super underrated. Not many people think about it these days, but like, eh, it was just good. It's just the simple matter of fact that unfortunately, whilst this feud's going on, you have John Cena versus fucking John Laurinaitis in the main event. So it's just WWE at the time. Punk, we really, really like you as our co-main event. It's like, fuck it, can I just get the ball? Just give me the fucking ball. I'll knock it out the park. But no,
It's all
and like, there's no surprise where he fucks off.
it's all so funny because if you don't know, every Punk like WWE promo since he has returned in 2023 has pretty much been by every wrestler. You left and you shat on us. You shat on the company. How dare you? And it's like, well, you guys were actually here. Okay, Drew, I understand he wasn't really there, but you guys were there. You've seen how he was treated. Like, I get it, but at the same time, it
Yeah, but
doesn't.
it is the easy angle, isn't it?
Yeah, no, I know it's the easy angle, but it's like if your final day at McDonald's, you shit yourself, they pull your pants down, and then they throw you out, and then you return 10 years later, and then after you did an expose, they give out to you for exposing the McDonald's business. It's like, what? I'm not the bad guy here. I did a right thing, didn't I? It's like, no, you were horrible. You were horrible. How dare you? How dare you? I shit my pants. You pulled my pants down and you threw me out of McDonald's. How am I the bad guy? But yeah, it's so stupid. Like, I get it. But again, it's silly. But and, as you know, Brian and Punk are one of my favorites. Punk, I was a big fan of him.
I mean, they are two of my favorites of all time,
I
fundamentally.
I I was a fan of Punk. I'm still am a fan of Punk. I've looked 60 figures of him. Yeah,
He is just an arsehole, isn't he?
he is just a massive cunt.
Punk is a grumpy hypocrite
He
who
is.
still wants to be right, even when he's wrong. And he will never admit he's wrong.
I,
But that's just who he is.
It's why at the time of recording the Roman Punk like promos are generally working, and what I mean by that is Punk basically says to Roman, "I'm gonna bury you next to your dad," which is, oh shit, that's fucking hell, fuck me, that's a lie. And then Roman just responds, "Ah, you're old," and that just sets Punk off.
Yeah,
Which is funny,
yeah.
because Punk's like, your dad's dead, and fuck your dad, and fuck you. But yeah, and then Roman's just like, you're old. How about that, son? How
Well,
about
it
that?
does seem like the whole angle was essentially them going to go, and yeah, your dog's dead. But Punk probably went, yeah, let's not do that. It was a bit too soon. Fuck off.
But yeah, well,
Um,
probably, yeah. But
Obviously, not making fun about it. You know,
no.
dogs passing is a
Um,
horrendously tragic thing that happens.
but yeah, like it was just the funny thing. That's because Punk is a hypocrite, and we will acknowledge that he is a hypocrite, no matter what.
100%.
Even if
Still
yeah,
love him, though. Still
even
love him.
if
He's an absolute arsehole.
even if earlier me was laughing at the fact Jack Perry got him fired, which I still hate. So I did bring it up every opportunity I
Real
could.
glass. Ha ha. Cry me a river. Ha ha.
But I still find
Fuck off.
I still find like that like exit.
Yeah, but
It
see, yeah, it is inherently funny, but the amount of times I had to hear Piggy being like, "Fuck it, real glass, cry me a river." It's like you bring this up every 2 days. Can you just shut the fuck up about it?
it also is funny that the only way he beat Jack Perry was by putting him in a headlock, which is funny. Like he confronted a
Wrestlers
man.
are gonna be wrestlers.
Yeah. But yeah, on 2012 Punk, it is nice to see his rise. Obviously, I don't like where it ends with the fucking Rock. I fucking hate that, and I will forever hate it. He should have been in the main event of 29, and I'll fight anyone
Yep.
on it. And it's generally so silly that he was not in the main event of fucking 29. But it's it's also mental to me. And WWE will do revisionist history. We know they will, because they did it with Daniel Bryan. Where they go, Daniel Bryan was always good.
What? They never do that. Never do that.
Because obviously the biggest example is them going, Daniel Bryan was always going to main event WrestleMania 30. Was he to fuck? Was he to fuck? No, he was
Batista,
not.
Randy Orton.
Yeah. Even if in the showcase mode Punk he does a weird timeline where if he stayed, he would have fought Triple H and win the main event WrestleMania that year. I don't understand it. But anyways, it is funny the revisionist history they'll do on Punk going, they treated you like a main eventer. No, you didn't. We did. You were always in the the fourth match. That's main event, isn't it? No one watches past that. It's like, yeah, fuck off. You were always great. You were always in the third match on the card. See,
But yeah, it's
but it was a good match. Yeah, it was a good match.
this match ends with a sidewalk slam through a table. Punk wins. Kind of looks a bit like AJ counts the pinfall, but still looks a little bit conflicted about it. But yeah, it's a good match, good feud. Once again, I'm happy that AJ was getting the amount of attention she deserved, right? Because you do look at Punk and AJ now because obviously they are married. You do look at them in the same sort of category where they were probably a bit too ahead and way better and held the respective shit to blast. They both, in a sense, had a pipe bomb in a way, and both pretty much left before it got really bad. And now that they're back, you can kind of say, "Holy shit, this like it's cool that wrestling can be like this." But yeah, it's nice that AJ for this solid year, she is main event talent essentially. It's just there's no other women to fucking wrestle because they refuse to put on women's matches. But yeah, solid match, 27 minutes 48. It deserved every moment of it. And anytime you get to watch an absolute fucking classic of Daniel Bryan and CM Punk, it's money. It's absolute money. Is it the main event though? No, it's fucking not.
I can either right pay people. And the next match is an intergender match.
Yeah, so we get I don't remember how long Ryback's been here for, but we get Ryback, who obviously Ryback now notorious for being a fucking idiot, and that's about it. No one talks about his wrestling career. Like I said, whilst we were watching this, if CM Punk had one mission by doing that podcast, what he wanted to do was make sure Ryback never worked a fucking day in his life again. Because he fucking hated Ryback.
But he's employed till 2016. Like 2016, 2017, which is crazy. He leaves in like April 2016. like, he did achieve.
He even changed his name to Ryback.
Yeah, no. If you're wondering why he changed his name to Ryback, is WWE was suing him because he trademarked the name Ryback. So he went, "I'm going to do what Ultimate Warrior did, but I'm going to change my name to Ryback. So then you can't sue me because my legal name would be Ryback." Which genuinely, I'm not making up. I genuinely think that's why he went and trademarked his name Ryback. He changed his name to Ryback so they couldn't sue him. Because if they sued him, it's his legal name. It's so stupid. It's so fucking stupid.
It is kind of crazy to remember that. It's kind of crazy to remember that his last sort of matches were matches with Kalisto for the US title. That's wild to me.
I like when you say Kalisto, because it sounds like you're saying Calippo, the fucking sweets that you drink. Or so.
The ice lolly, yeah. But yeah, so and this one's a little bit weird one because obviously what happens now. Ryback takes on who was known then as Tyler Rex, now known as Gabby Tuft. So they did transition. And it's Kurt Hawkins and at this time Tyler Rex. And I mean it feels weird, probably not really dead naming someone if it's a fake fucking made up name, but I don't know. I don't know where the line is. But hey, it's a 4-minute handicap match. Ryback fucking wins. That's it. I see. Obviously, once again hindsight kind of comes on in. If Ryback had become world champion, he probably might be one of the most undeserving world champions in a long time.
Jey Uso.
He's fucking shit. He's just shit. He's not a good wrestler. He can't cut promos. He just says "feed me more." Like he is just the Goldberg chants were real for a reason. That's all he is. At least Goldberg had the presence and the fucking charisma, but Ryback's just fucking garbage. And there is a moment in time in that Hell in a Cell where he probably could have beat CM Punk for the world title. Thank fuck he didn't.
Yeah, I've no response.
I liked him as well. I liked
Ryback too. I liked his theme.
But thank fucking Christ he was never world champion.
He would, but the problem is, because at least most wrestlers who win the belt do respect the fact they won the belt at least once. Ryback would be so miserable about it. He would be so miserable of a con. about it. Because if you don't know, he famously put out one of those tweets going, "Yeah, winning belts in wrestling is fucking stupid because the belts are props." And it's like, grow up, mate.
I mean, he wasn't he one of the guys who tweeted like, "Okay, guys, what do you think? Should Ryback come back in 2016? Should he not come back, or should he retire?" And it was universal retire. And he just posted a new poll and hoped that he was going to get a better response.
Yeah, no. If you,
So
I can semi-explain this because I freaking love the Ryback lore. So he puts out a tweet in like 2019, 2020, maybe 2021. He's like, where should Ryback work next? And I was like, WWE, AEW, TNA, maybe NWA, or the fifth option was retire. Everyone universally went retire, and he went, I'm not listening to the. I know he doesn't say walkie snowflakes, but he basically says, I'm not listening to these walkie snowflake libtards. I'm doing a new poll. Where should Ryback
As
work?
the old Alex Jones, liberal, 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 liberal.
Yeah, he starts doing that where he's like, where should Ryback work next? And hopefully none of these smarts respond. And it's like, where should I work next? WWE, AEW, TNA, NWA, retire. Everyone responds retire. So he just gives up.
Yeah, she's just shit. I'm very glad it didn't work out for him in the end. Next up, though, we do get a women's match, and I made the question like, who's the women's champion? It's not AJ. She's not wrestling in the women's division now. It's Layla. It's like, oh, okay, sound. Because Layla did a big return. I think she got injured after she beat Michelle McCool. I think Karma took her out for a year. She returns and then becomes women's champion or Divas champion because of the shit Brandon. Becomes Divas champion and then has a fairly sizable reign for a Divas title reign. Let's be fucking honest. And it's her. It's her.
Tamina.
Fucking hell. Yeah, Caitlyn, Layla, and Tamina Snuka. Also, Tamina, she is dressed up in the full Jimmy Snuka gear, and yeah,
Maybe keep me.
yeah. Just
Maybe
maybe don't, maybe
maybe
don't.
maybe put that next to the mortal weapons that Snuka used. Maybe do that.
And they're taking on Beth Phoenix, Eve Torres, and Natalia. This match goes 3 minutes. Tamina hits a super kick. Layla hits a neck breaker. All I have to say, I feel like Eve Torres is a very slept on part of women's wrestling. I feel like she didn't really get that much of that big of a puzzle, or she wasn't that big of a piece of the puzzle, but fundamentally I think that she accomplished way more than she should have, and she also kind of broke out a little bit of her role, and I feel like she is kind of underappreciated in modern day because at the end of the day, you can only really work with what you have, and she was never given a 10-minute classic. She was given 3 minutes at best. Make the best out of it. So I think she's underappreciated. Also think Caitlyn's unbelievably underrated. She also was a piece in this women's division, and even when she did that little return for, I don't remember what tournament it was. Was
May
it the Mae
Young.
Young Classic?
Probably.
I think she returned for the Mae Young Classic one year and in her new kind of look, and she had some decent matches, but yeah, once again another woman's wrestler who probably gets slept on because once again this is before the WWE's women's revolution when they decided that they invented women. They That's just ridiculous. Fuck
They
WWE for
wrestle
being
now.
out, outrageous bastards. Um, but yeah, I'm glad that Layla didn't defend the world title, the woman's title. It's
Uh,
3 minutes. Just have a beat fucking Alicia Fox or something. It's not hard.
Apparently it is.
Um,
So is Charlie
and then we
Lawler.
get finally, and then we get to the main event, which this match is weird because they wanted the Raw Money in the Bank match to essentially be this is for former world champions, but they didn't have many former world champions. So instead of there being 6 or 7 competitors, as the fucking show starts, there's 4. There's 4 men in the Money in the Bank match. You have John Cena, Kane, Big Show, Chris Jericho. And then halfway through the show, The Miz comes back and says, "Hey, I'm going to be in the match, lol." So it's a Money in the Bank match with 5 wrestlers in it, which that's just never do that again, you fucking morons. Especially because 2 of the men in the match are Kane and the Big Show. What spots are they doing off a ladder? I'll tell you what's fucking nothing. And I mean, this match is notorious in a way because this is the famous Money in the Bank match where the hook of the briefcase comes untouched and John Cena essentially accidentally unhooks it a bit earlier than he should have. Because I'd imagine how it was supposed to end is big as John Cena was just going to knock Big Show off the ladder, but the briefcase comes unhooked and Cena does the fucking. He does that. He just does that. That face. That famous face. And I will say, I think this was the sign that this was the sign that Vince was bored doing Money in the Bank matches. Because they don't even really use more than one ladder. This whole match is about building up to the fact that because I don't know why they did this in the 2010s. I don't know why they did this, but Big Show had to have bigger weapons and shit. Why now? This is 20 years into Big Show's career. Why have you suddenly decided now that the Big Show needs all these big weapons because he's a big man? So he has it with a big table. Does he do a big tables match? I doubt he does. But he does do a big chairs match. He does a stairs match. Like, and look, I'll give the ladder credit. The ladder is quite large. And then you don't do anything with the ladders but climb up the big fuck off ladder. I don't get it. I really don't understand what the point of this fucking match is. Like, this to me just says we didn't know what to do. Fuck it, John Cena can win. There we go. Like, fucking, it's garbage. This one. I did like this show fundamentally, but this match just didn't need to happen.
Be back.
Thoughts?
I didn't
Or is he
mind this.
frozen again?
We're back. I didn't mind this match. Honestly, didn't mind it. It's a fairly nothing match. You don't have to watch it. You only have to.
Look, I didn't mind it. It does just feel like they just shit it up.
Yeah. They shit up a storm.
Yeah,
and Cena obviously wins. Out of the 2, what's the SmackDown one? I think next year's where they get the trifecta of the 2 good ladder matches. I want to say, I might be wrong on that, but I believe next year has RVD and Orton in it. Orton, I'm sounding like a fucking American, but and they also have Christian in it. It's a fantastic ladder match. That's the one where Paul Heyman turns on Punk, and they obviously get Punk and Lesnar. But it's a fantastic. It's an all right ladder match, but the show was good up until bollocks. What was the match after Punk and Bryan? Oh yeah, Ryback, the squash match.
Ryback.
Yeah, the Ryback match, and then the Divas match was just all right. Didn't need to be there, but if
that's also such a weird one as well. Like, why after? Like, I get it. It was a big 30-minute match. You don't want to go into a big 30-minute match into another big 20-minute match. But you could also just put the tag match in the way. You know what I mean? Have the tag match as a little breather. No one gives a fuck about the primetime players versus Primo and Epico anyways. Like, fucking, sure you could manage. But, or just have 2 tag matches on the show and have that split it up. But yeah, other than the very weird end to the show, because it does become a very weird ending to the show with the Cena win and the face, and I feel like that if the annoying bit is I feel like if Punk and Bryan ended the show, it would leave you with a better feeling. Because if you just nod it off, oh well, the fucking Raw Money in the Bank was a bit shit. but that's fine because we had Dolph Ziggler win the Money in the Bank, and you know Punk beat Bryan standing tall at the end of the show. But Vince just hated Punk at this time and never wanted to give him the main event spot. So it's just that kind of shit show, really. But all in all, it's a genuinely all right show. They're never going to get me to love Sheamus versus Del Rio. And a lot of these matches were throwaways. But if you are just here for the Money in the Bank matches, as we kind of maintained, watch the SmackDown one. And if you watch the Raw one, if you want just it to be a bit, it just feels like it's out of place. It feels like if Burger King suddenly decided that they wanted to start selling like chicken like KFC does. Like, why the fuck would you do that though? Like, you've got burgers. Why are you trying to do the chicken like KFC? You fucking idiots. That kind of felt like they tried to fuck with the formula of Money in the Bank too much, and it just felt like a really easy excuse to just go, Cena can win because like I think at this time the only person you're saying, oh shit, maybe they win is Jericho. Other than that, you go Kane, Big Show, Miz, fuck off. I don't want to see you win. So the only two answers are Cena or Jericho, and that's kind of that's the whole point with Money in the Bank. The Money in the Bank's supposed to be like it's kind of like a passing of a torch. It's a rite of passage, you know. You have a chance to become world champion and like ascend, and so to just have it be Cena in a stupid finish is just a little garbage. But all in all, the show is actually quite strong. And is that some subconscious bias or unconscious bias of wrestling I enjoyed at the time? Absolutely. Absolutely, it is.
I do agree. I do agree. So I was just sat in the chair thinking of my thoughts. I do ultimately agree with you on this. It is a very enjoyable show. There is 2 throwaway matches, but even then, so it does all right. Del Rio and Sheamus, I wouldn't really recommend. Probably find better Sheamus Del Rio matches out there, probably if there is any. Ash has probably burnt them all. But I do recommend the Bryan Punk, the SmackDown match and the SmackDown ladder match, and the Ryback squash match, just to hear how over he is at this point. It's generally something. But you can skip the Raw match, the Raw Money in the Bank match. You can skip Sheamus Del Rio, and you can skip the Divas match, women's match. But yeah, I think that's where we leave it. Honestly, it was pretty fun.
Yeah.
We'll see you in the next.
But all in all, it's a good show, and I would recommend most of the show, and it is very nice to not be in the ruthless depression era.
Yep. We'll see you in the next one. Bye bye. Bye bye.